Well, I think one of the mistakes we made was starting to take the paint off here. What we ought to have done is smoothed it down with a sander and then repainted it, rather than decide to take the whole paint off. It's making a mountain of work, a mountain of work, and it's not coming off very easily at all. So I think that's one mistake we're going to have to live with. What's plan of action now?
Have a fag. Oh, you mean work-wise?
Yep.
Waiting for my fiberglass to come.
Yep, that's for the floor.
For floor.
Yep.
We're going to put some floor struts in, which I've already cut and ready. I'm going to grind all this mank off here so that fiberglass has got something to stick to. Put a T-piece in there so it's keel's pushing against floor at the same time the floor's pushing against keel for more strength. And then go and order my wood for the floor.
Which is going to be what?
Well, I'm thinking, well, I'm going to fasten it to top on here.
Yep.
But I'm thinking it using the piece where I've cut out as a template.
Yeah.
Getting the wood, cutting the wood to template,
yeah,
dropping it in, screwing it down to the with stainless screws to joist, and then fiberglassing it over.
Yeah.
So we don't lose any height. Because if I put it on top, we're going to lose an inch, and it's not deep as it is. So if I can still get my templates back.
You mean height from the floor to the top of gunnel? Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So I'm thinking if you've still got, because I've chucked the cutouts, but they're only next door. I ain't chucked them into next door, but next door's took them. If you still got them, then I can do that. Otherwise, I'm going to have to stick it on top of this lip.
Yeah, and then we're going to have less height, aren't we, from floor to gunnel.
That's the problem.
The engine
is that thing there.
We still don't know whether that's operational yet. It does crank over, but there was a problem, wasn't there, with the
just a bit. The key.
With the key, which wasn't the key for the job. So my brother Mark, in his infinite wisdom, took the barrel apart and basically made it fit a key that he had, which I think is rather ingenious. So that actually now works. So should he desire, he could put a battery on it and get a proper ignition circuit on it, but we're not quite ready for that.
So we're leaving that because we've had that many problems with boat. If the engine doesn't run, or there's problems with engine, it's just going to put an even bigger dampener on the job, basically.
Yeah.
So that's going to be after most of the work's done on boat, because we're going to get engine going. Obviously it's going to want servicing and a new impeller, because I think it's been stud, which smell like petrol. What we're in tank, what we're in here, it smells, well, it smells a bit like, goes like terps.
Yeah.
So it's at least 6-7 years, I would say, since that petrol has been run through that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to flush all carburetors out, everything. So that's another job in itself.
Yeah. I mean, the engine's a completely separate entity, isn't it? Really.
It looks on outside very in good nick.
Yeah.
It's not been repainted. It's original paint.
Yeah.
And it's not chipped off or corroded at all anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping it should be a good engine.
The skeg's damaged though, isn't it? And
that was damaged.
Missing.
I'm thinking when I take gearbox off to do impeller, take it up to my mate up in village who does aluminium welding, and I'm going to see if he can put another bit of skeg on it. It's come off because the hydraulic lift's buggered on it. Motor's gone. It's over there in pieces.
Yeah.
So it couldn't lift the engine up. So as it's been going over bumps, it's just ripped bottom at that much at skeg off bottom at gearbox.
And what is it? It's a Mercury. Is it a blue band?
It's red in it.
It's a red band. Mercury red band.
60 horse.
60 horsepower, which I think
it does look in good nick. I mean, it's even got original toolbox with it.
Yeah.
Emergency pull start still attached inside box. So
I mean, we have been talking about actually getting this one running and getting a smaller one for it. Because
economy wise, for 60 horse, they just drink fuel.
Yeah, yeah. It might be a little bit overpowered for this boat as well. I don't know.
It'll be
our own
if it's a flat
experience.
sea, it'll be fast as hell.
Yeah.
But if it's a rough sea, that power in that'll be just neither use nor ornament. It'll be too much.
Yeah.
But it's a light. It should be a light boat, so it might not need
60.
fuel,
Yeah.
you know,
That's
for
what
fuel
we're thinking.
consumption. I'd like a 54-stroke or something, or a 44-stroke, but
The boat did also come with a backup. Yeah, it's a 20 horsepower Mercury Blue Band. Again, it looks in pretty good nick, but yeah, it's obviously an older one. It's a pull start, which I suppose pretty much all backup engines are, I suppose now, unless you want to be posh.
but it's got a good amount of compression on it, so it's you know.
Yeah.
But again, we don't know when that's run, so that's going to want fettling.
Yeah.
But I think it's, to be honest with you, I think it's a bit big as a backup engine for a boat that small.
Yeah.
20 horsepower for that. Just as a backup, I think a 10, 9.9 or whatever, 10 or something would do that.
Yeah. So
To be honest
theoretically, we could get both engines running and get them sold and get something a bit more appropriate, couldn't we?
Yeah. I mean, that might run sweet as a nut, and if
Yeah.
it does, I might be like, I might keep it, because with boat engines, you just don't know what you're buying, because they'll tell you out.
Yeah, yeah. So what were your first thoughts then when you first saw it coming into garden? Probably the same as mine.
My first thoughts were, without swearing, turn around and take it back.
Yeah.
Take it back, because it was just not how to describe it over form to me. Not by a long way. How I got the boat, well, I was bidding on eBay for it, and I bid £1,300 for it, but I lost it by 19 quid. 2 or 3 days later, I got second chance offered it, but we did it out of eBay, and he wanted me to go and have a look at it, but it was an hour run there, and I thought, I'll just ask questions over the phone. So I asked questions over the phone, simple ones like, is it original gel coat? His answer was, yeah, it's in good condition, just wants to clean. I said, has the hull got any damage in it? Is there any problem? No, it's sound, there's no tuck weight. And that'll basically, I knew what it was coming with, like radio, expensive compass, fish finder, 2 engines, loads of brand new fenders under the seats, cushions and accoutrements. There's probably, if I sold all bits, there were 1,300 quid of the bits, but there's a hell of a lot more work than we expected. There's about 4, in some places there's between 4 and 5 different colours of paint what's gone into top deck, haven't there?
So original gel coat is
gone.
Is inaccurate, would you say?
Original gel coat probably went 30 years ago, I would say.
Yeah.
It's had that many coats of paint on it, so that's been a massive task getting it off, because you can't use paint stripper on fiberglass because it just eats gel coat. So it's been a case of, how many sanding pads have we gone through up to now?
So far, one or two.
This is just what I can lay my hands on, and this is just probably half of them.
Yeah.
Because I'm using electric at the minute because I ain't got my air sander yet. Oh, there's a new one there. I'll leave that one. Because we can't use water with it, they're clogging up right quick.
Yeah.
As you can see, look at that one. Just clogging up.
Yeah.
But when I get my air sander, we can use water with it, obviously, so it'll make these last a bit longer. But there's a hell of a lot more work, and it is either knowing what he was talking. Oh, we got an anchor as well.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
anchor. 2 fuel tanks. He's either knowing what he was talking about, or he didn't have a clue what he was talking about and sold us a pile of shit and he didn't know. Basically, he didn't know.
Irrespective of which that is, it don't really make any difference to our outcome, does it?
No, I
It was
mean,
still
it's
shed, wasn't it?
It was a mess. But the thing is, I know I can get it back. Well, obviously better than what it was, but I can get it back to looking like it should do when it was first
Yeah.
made, like, which, you know.
This is what, the 4th or 5th boat that we've basically renovated, so it's not like he hasn't got any experience.
I mean, simple little things like, I mean, you can't tell with this one because I've took it off. The bow rail, or part of it, this stanchion, whatever you call it, upright bit, it painted it to top. If you can, I don't know if you can see that, but you can see where. That's why they said don't paint stainless or galvanised. You can see where paint went to there, and how nice and shiny that is where paint wasn't. But underneath the paint, it's just pitted and well, a mess. So my plan is, if it works, I've got a sandblasting kit. I've had it years. I'm going to try sandblasting it to get all this paint off and see if even if I get a brushed stainless steel finish on it, it's going to be better than
Yeah,
what that looks like.
I'm sure with the expertise, that you have, that this boat will be lovely when it's finished. Stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned.